It's time for us as a group to send out the light. I know that we're all getting older, and I... Not Cindy. No. I'm just saying that it sort of saddened me the other day for someone who was only 77, because that's my age, wanting to drop out of the healing and stuff. And I'm thinking, well, as we get older and we do, our bodies kind of slow down some, we can send out more light. We've got more light to send out. We've got so much work to do that when we're retired, which some of you are not retired yet, sorry, we can take that opportunity to be of, maybe not of physical service, but more of the service of light. And it sort of saddened me that she was dropping out of some of the things, but I feel like I have so much more to do and so much more light to send out and love to send out that it's just incredible what we can do on our own and even more as a group. So let's, as a group, be thinking about this prayer for humanity. Let us remember before God the great need of humankind, and that we may pray to God, let us first make quiet the fretful mind of every day. Let us open our hearts to the Father, Mother, God, and to the Christ, the Son, to the Holy Trinity of wisdom, love, and power. In the holy name of Christ, by the Christ light in the hearts of all people, we call upon the great angels of Christ. We feel their presence and their power. We attune ourselves to the prayers of all people of good will. And being thus prepared and ready before God, with all the will of our minds, with all the love of our deepest hearts, we send forth the light. We send it forth as a great star of light, a star of light, a blazing star, withstanding, overcoming all evil, triumphant over death, a star of the Christ light. By all the power of Christ within, we send forth the light. Now let us hold all humanity in the golden light of the Christ star and see the power of the Son of God working in the hearts of men. We behold the blazing star with the form of the Lord Christ within its center, radiating his beauty, his spirit, his love over all the earth. Now we hold within the heart of the blazing star the soul of the Americas, the soul of the people of the Americas, that the rays of the ancient spiritual fire that burns therein will rise and illumine the hearts of the people of the Americas with brotherhood and goodwill. May the rose bloom in the heart of the Americas, and its fragrance bring healing to the world. Let us work with the angels of the elements, the angels of the earth, of the air, of the fire, and of the water, to bring healing to Mother Earth and to the world of nature. We see the light of the Christ star shining into the very substance of the earth. We see Mother Earth and all of nature irradiated by the glorious light of the Christ star. And now, with all the power of the Christ love within our hearts, we hold in this great healing star anyone known to us personally who is in need of this help. Silently, we name them and see them in the heart of the star. Amen. And now it's time for our healing circle, where again we are sending out the Christ light out into the world. Let us open our hearts to the Christ power, wisdom, and love, as together we call upon the angels of healing to draw close. We come into the soft radiance of this love as we focus and hold the healing light of the Christ star over all the areas that have been affected by the weather, starting with California and going to the east, the flooding, the tornadoes. Our thoughts are with all of these people who have been affected by the weather. May they find peace in the love and support of God. May they open their hearts to feel this peace that is beyond all understanding. And now for the reading, which I guess Jane wanted me to say a little bit, or Denise, about the land. Since I'm the only one around here that was here when we first found this property, it was a beautiful property with all the pine trees, which White Eagle loves the pine trees. And we had our sweet little chapel that Brother Lawrence, prepared for us. Sadly, it's been gone. But we did build the temple before that. Alva and I were married in the Rose Chapel, so we have many happy memories of that. And so many people have come and gone. So many friends and acquaintances. And I treasure the memories of all those. Jeff has chosen a reading from The Quiet Mind, which is always very apropos. In fact, there's many of my healing patients that I've thought about sending copies of The Quiet Mind to because their minds are so troubled. The secret of your strength lies in the quiet mind. When you are tempted to become worried, disturbed, anxious, fearful, Turn your thoughts to the still places, saying, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leadeth me beside still waters. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul." Remember, the Lord thy God is thy shepherd. He will not forsake thee. You must learn to accept the path which lies before you, walking that path not only with humility, but with knowledge that his way is the right way for you, even though it leads up hill and dale. Have you not had that proved to you, all faithful brethren? For the way has sometimes been dark and difficult. The way has often been obscure. And yet you will confess that the ways of the Lord are good, are wise, are love. And so we would tell you to seek for the quiet mind, for in the eternal peace of God, your Father shall be your strength. He will fill your cup with joy. He will lead you even through the valley of death, and you will fear no evil. For his rod and his staff shall comfort you. He will anoint your head with oil, and your joy will be unbounded, and you shall enter into the kingdom of freedom. Freedom. For in that kingdom, the physical limitations will fall away from you. For you will be dwelling in the house of the Lord forever. Let us return our thoughts to the quiet mind. It is folly for anyone to try to force progress. It must evolve slowly. Forced growth is weak growth, and it is the human desire to want to see things grow rapidly. The human mind craves sensation, craves to see results quickly. But slow, steady growth, the gradual unfoldment in accord with the laws of God, is true progress, from which grows the perfect building. The plans of God are perfect. And if you are tempted at times to feel that there is a holdup or delay in bringing forth into manifestation those plans, be not disturbed. But above all things, keep your mind steady, and know that at the right time, in all harmony and wisdom, the plans will be brought into full manifestation on the material plane of existence. As with the individual, so with nations. As the individual creates his karma, so nations create their karma. Therefore, when you look out upon the world, do so with dispassion. We speak not with babes, but to men and women. Survey your own life, the life of the nations, with dispassion, and you will see the good and the ills of humanity. Yes, but it is like looking at a picture too closely instead of with a clear and true perspective. Great things are happening. A speeding up of individual evolution, national evolution, and worldwide evolution. When you see events taking a certain course, do not wring your hands in misery and say, "Oh, how terrible." You are being taught to look upon changes in the world as resulting from the operation of law and perfect organization. It is not for you to judge which country can do this, that, or the other. These great issues lie in the hands of wiser directors than you are at present. But you have a vital place to fill, and the masters in the Great White Lodge look to you to assist in their plans of evolution. As simple and as humble as little children, you commence on the outer planes with the self within. Don't shout about peace, but become peace in your life. Cease to fret over trifles. Know that those behind direct the course of your life and the life of the whole with wisdom. Many men seek to know the cause, the purpose, and the ultimate destination of life. Man can only find these answers within the sacred precepts of the Temple of Silence. And peace is from within. But you must also seek it from without. We mean this, that in your earthly life you must endeavor at all times to preserve in your outer consciousness the stillness and calmness of peace. In peace there is power, creative, health-giving power. Cultivate peace of spirit, peace of mind, and when you have the reins well in your hands, you have taken the first step towards the temple of God. Be still and know God. Be still and know love. Be still and know all power. Truth is very simple. It is not complicated at all. And the truth which springs from the God within you is the guiding hand in your everyday life to express perfection. There can be nothing untrue in the building of the great architect of the universe. And the great architect of the universe is within you. Thus, in expressing the God within you, the truly loving, the truly gentle, you are expressing the perfection of God's plan. So you see, my beloved children, the reason why we guide you to develop the inner calm, the inner voice, the inner light, which will never err. It is the center within the circle from which no disciple of the Master can ever err. In your daily life, there are always two paths: the path of error and the way of the disciple of the Master, which guides you to obey the love, the kindliness, the gentleness, to the glorification of God the Father, Peace be with you all. Amen.
Boy, I hate having to wear glasses. Thank you, Carol, for that reading and for the chuckle. I thought I had the funny line. I was going to say, how would you like to be 36 again? It's like, get out. You all remember holding up your Bic lighter at the concert to honor, right? We can honor the 36th anniversary of the land. Okay, the quiet mind. As White Eagle says in the very first line, the secret of our strength lies in the quiet mind. What is the quiet mind? He hints at it in the very next sentence. When you are tempted to become worried, anxious, fearful, turn your thoughts to the still places. Now, I'll get to the still places in a moment, but I want to start with when you are tempted. Note that he did not say when you are worried or when you are fearful. He said when you are tempted to become worried. By making that distinction, he's reminding us that we have a choice. He says, you must learn to accept the path which lies before you, with the knowledge that God's way is the right way. Yes, you have to make decisions. You have choices. So put your trust, your complete trust in God, and know in your heart that He, the God in you, is leading the way. Sure, the path gets harder at times. White Eagle calls it uphill and down dale. The quiet mind, again, helps you accept the current challenge and not allow it to distract or disturb you. To choose, remember, it's your choice, to choose to not cross the wires and short-circuit your path. And yes, the path occasionally seems to detour or deviate from where you thought it was heading. So if you find yourself heading for a detour, entering or finding the quiet mind is a way to stop that detour and get back on the path. Or as my Maps app on my phone says, when it doesn't know exactly which way I'm heading, proceed to the route. If you are tempted at times to feel there is a holdup or a delay in manifesting the plans God has for you, once again, going to the quiet mind is the choice to make, to help you keep on keeping on through the delay, maintaining your serenity and harmony in the midst of the distraction, knowing you will be back on your path in God's time. So, what is the quiet mind? Or maybe, where is the quiet mind? What does White Eagle mean by turn your thoughts to the still places? Is it like going to your happy place? In this sense, the quiet mind is not so much a destination as it is a way to clear away the temptation to be worried about something, to unhook your mind from the current situation and to reset your frame of mind to what it would be if you were in that still place. So if my still place is sitting on the bench beside the church lake, then seeking the quiet mind, or going there, for me, means resetting my mind to that same calm, serene state I have when I'm sitting by the lake. Hopefully, that will allow me to recognize that I am being tempted into worry or fear and not go that direction, but rather put myself into a state where I can hear God's voice inside me telling me what to do no matter what is going on around me. It's like blocking out the disturbance in the force and remembering that I do have a choice. I can choose to be calm, to view the distraction as temporary, another hill or obstacle to be acknowledged, accepted, and moved beyond. A word of caution, though. As tempting as it is, the seeking and finding of the quiet mind is not a call or an excuse for inaction. On the surface, it may seem that way. Find the quiet garden, sit, turn off the world until the storm passes. Actually, it's quite the opposite. The quiet mind is where we take ourselves to hear and listen to that inner voice, the word and the will of God, for the answer to our dilemma. We can't walk around all day with our mind off in some peaceful place. I didn't mentally jump to the bench by the lake because I'd rather be watching the egrets. We still need to be in the moment and mindful of why we needed the quiet mind, and then handle that moment by making that choice to not be worried, not be distracted or disturbed. The people you know or see who never get flustered, never seem to be upset, they have learned to immediately make the choice of acceptance, making that choice from a quiet mind. They know that whatever it is just a step on their path, nothing to get wound up about. I quote from the Quiet Mind book. In your daily life, you can, by an effort of the will of God within you, instantly attain, under any conditions, tranquility of mind. Whatever the conditions, you can still the storm and know tranquility. Many of us have this little book of White Eagle sayings. It's a gem of a book full of helpful reminders, guiding wisdom, call it spiritual medicine. Open to any page and you'll probably find something that can help you today. And while the book may not have the solution for every one of life's hiccups or interruptions, just thinking of the book might act as an immediate referral to the real quiet mind and smoothly slide us into that state of listening to God, knowing and trusting that He is leading us on our path. So the quiet mind is a goal and at the same time an achievement. It's a place of learning. It's a level of spiritual attainment. It is the way of acceptance. It is the return to awareness. God bless you. And as we come together for communion, let yourself relax. Breathe deeply and comfortably. Our communion is a spiritual one, taken by anyone who chooses to celebrate within their own heart that closeness with our Father, Mother, God, and with the Christ who comes before us in this brief time of spiritual upliftment to provide us strength and send to us ever-sustaining love. As I begin my communion, I find myself in a place of stillness, calm, peace. I see before me, emerging from the mist, a beautiful lily. As it comes to rest, The 6 petals begin sending forth a soft golden light in the form of a 6-pointed star. The light rises above me, drawing me inside. I am alone, surrounded in this golden light. I become aware of the presence of Christ, radiating his love and his light. He offers me sustenance in the form of spiritual bread and wine. I am enfolded in a soft, warm blanket of love. I am loved. I am thankful. I am restored. I am strengthened. I am all love. I am at peace. As the form of Christ gently withdraws from my presence, the golden light remains. The feeling of love remains. It will surround me all day long. I will be all love.